The opening tip won by the Rockets as we're underway in Houston. To Harden. Westbrook. Not that time. He missed it. Hornets right now in possession. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Westbrook with it. Down three. Tyson Chandler snatching it out of the air. Couldn't keep it in. It's out on Tyson Chandler. Fareed. It's Harden. Wide open look, won't go.
It didn't hurt him this time, but defensively, you got to prevent him from even catching the ball to begin with.
Jumper's good.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
And now Houston has the basketball. Russell Westbrook, defended by Tyson Chandler. Oh, Russell Westbrook. First couple didn't go. That one is true. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First it's your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
And scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
They get it down to Harden. It's a big finish.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Rose. Out of bounds. Last touch by Russell Westbrook. Monk. Harden's on him. To Anthony. 4-3. Textbook Melo. Hand in his face, lets it fly, and scores. Jay, mixed opinions with Carmelo Anthony. How will you remember his career?
Well, as of right now, he's a catch-and-shoot type player. But for me personally, Carmelo Anthony will go down as one of the greatest isolation players of all time. Back in his Denver days, his earlier New York Knicks days, there was nobody better in an isolated set than CA.
Rose into the front court. 10-6 our score. Deep two there, won't go. Westbrook into the front court. He'll run the offense. Oh, Russell Westbrook. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Rose against the former MVP. Fires the three. Rare three for Rose. Defense was ready.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
The assist from number 0, Russell Westbrook.
Charlotte with the basketball. On the shot clock. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
That's actually not a bad move at all. You're applying more pressure on him by sending him to the line.
Team foul number 2.
Tyson Chandler at the line for 2 shots. Career mark of 64%. And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Westbrook across the timeline. It's 12-10. Harden here against Ginobili. Westbrook to the basket, but his shot won't fall. Hornets have the basketball. Anthony. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Harden with the basketball. 14-10 the score. Driving right to the basket. Drives, but a shot won't go down. Has a look. It's Westbrook with the rebound. Whistle blows. It's an 8-second violation. Lets it fly from long range. His first effort off the mark.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And the finish. Slam dunk. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Iman Shumpert picked up by Carmelo Anthony. Harden. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Westbrook into the front court. Down 2. To Harden. Fires the 3, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
To Anthony. Quinn Capella able to recover with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Yes, Carmelo Anthony. 4 out of 7.
And Melo will be the first one to tell you this. He's not ready to be a role player just yet. He can still put up points in bunches. Didn't shoot the ball that well last year. Averaged around 16 a game. The lowest total of his 15-year career. Wow.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions. Houston.
Harden. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
To Randolph. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Able to convert on both free throws. Westbrook with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Harden in possession. Lead is 2. Nene with the dunk.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Korver, going to launch beyond the arc. You need a brick wall to defend this guy. One of the best in the game, Kyle Korver.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what court awareness.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First one, count it. connects them both. To Anthony. Yes, Carmelo Anthony. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Austin Rivers. To Harden.
Watch Cutter, watch Cutter, watch Cutter.
Down to 5 on the 24. Harden. Can't get the bounce. Charlotte basketball. Harden into the front court. Just under a minute to go. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Anthony to Randolph. Short jumper off the mark. Rivers with the basketball. They can get a 2 for 1 if they play this right. To Anthony. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Here's the truth. As long as you're using your legs and your body to stay in front of the offensive player, you won't get called for those. If you keep reaching, though, it's going to be a long night.
Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Harden with it up top. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. Missed his first. That one goes.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make 2 bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Count the basket inside. Long key from 3/4 court. First quarter's complete with the Rockets in front. Jay, in the first quarter, if you own shares of stock in the offenses, you'd make a lot of easy money. There was no defense to start this one.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Kyle Korver with a chance at a 4-point play. Career 88% from the line. Count that one. And a 4-point trip. Harden has it up the floor. Cashes in for 2.
When the ball is in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Rose into the front court. Leads 1. Monk matched up with Harden. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To P.J. Tucker. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. For 3, so the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
To Harden. Tucker. Oh, whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Houston Rockets, number 42, Nene. Subbing in for Charlotte, number 00.
From long range, Marcus Morris the rebound. To Rose. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable. And almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Now ready to shoot at the line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Austin Rivers. He's got 2 shots coming. Career mark of 64%. First one goes down. 2 for 2 on that trip. To Randolph. The big fella, Zach Randolph. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Vince Carter to Rose. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
I got ball.
To Rivers.
I got ball.
Here's a chance from long range. Won't go down. To Rose. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Rivers into the front court. Down 4. Zach Randolph sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
A big finish at the rim.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
To Carter. Beyond the arc for 3. Not getting the bounce. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Rivers to bring it into the front court. Trailing by 4. Screen coming. It goes down.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
So many times you can tell if a player is going to finish before he even gets to the rim. Did you see that look on his face? That was the look of a 3-point play. You always going in think you can get more at the rim.
To Rivers. Tucker. And scores. Strong take.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Anthony with a shot. That won't go.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Gordon, defended by Derrick Rose. Goes reverse to lay it in.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Vince Carter to Randolph. Cody Zeller with the block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
The big fella, Zach Randolph. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Tyson Chandler, huge block. And the basket good at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Derrick Rose, tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Iman Shumpert against the great shot blocker Chandler. Rockets with 4 to shoot. 4-3. Missed it. To Carter. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Houston with the basketball. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Goes to the left side. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
James Harden trying to cash in on a 3-point play, shooting 75% so far tonight. Free throw good as he finishes off the 3-point play. They're back within a bucket. Monk against Harden. To Rose. Fires the 3. Vince Carter 20 years ago? Maybe. Not that time. Tucker to Westbrook. Oh, nice find for the basket.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Derrick Rose. He's 3 for 7.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Knocked loose. Derrick Rose against Westbrook. Lets it fly from long range. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Runner's good there.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Westbrook to Harden.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Fires the 3, and James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor.
Number 00, Carmelo
Ginobili picked up by Westbrook.
Number 20, Manu Ginobili.
Clint Capella swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Great feed, sets it up. Harden, he continues to shoot it well from beyond the arc. That's 4 threes now in this first half.
Yeah, and confidence comes from discipline and training. You can tell that kid's been putting in the time in the gym.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's Rockets ball.
My ball.
To Westbrook. Surveys the floor. 2-point shot for James Harden. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Anthony. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Couldn't keep it in. It's out on Tyson Chandler. Harden. Russell Westbrook, guarded by Ginobili. Tyson Chandler with a piece. With a drop step. With the basket after a nice drop step.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. Some new personnel into the game.
Number 25, Derrick Rose.
Over the line. Backcourt violation.
Backcourt violation. For the Blacks.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Time expires to end the first half. The Rockets with the lead. Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third. Rose into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Westbrook to Harden. For 3, he's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
Got it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Now it's Harden at the controls. Add 2 points to the board.
Look, the Rockets don't take too many mid-range jumpers. Actually, last season, they led the league in 3-point attempts. Glad to see them actually find a 2-point shot relevant these days.
Derrick Rose. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Count it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
James Harden fires for 2. Rebound Marcus Morris. To Anthony. Rose. He still can't find his range from deep. It's no good. Harden with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Can't connect.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
They work into got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation with a drop step. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ballgame is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive. But when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Shot for James Harden. Almost, but no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Rockets in control of the basketball. Terrific vision. Clint Capella. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Rose. The drive, right to the basket. Stuffs it down with authority.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Harden, short jumper, won't go down.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Tough make through traffic.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Fundamental shot right there.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Anthony.
To number 1, Iman Shumpert. That's his 4th personal foul. Team foul number 1 for the Charlotte.
Carmelo Anthony is going to get 3 shots here, shooting 66% in this contest. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second free throw. And he hits all 3 free throws. Westbrook with it. His guys now trailing by a point. And the finish at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Hornets right now in possession. Williams. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Harden to P.J. Tucker. Not that time. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kyle Korver. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Westbrook into the front court. His guys now down by a point. James Harden trying to cash in and strokes it.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Randolph to Williams. To Anthony. Down low Randolph. Anthony. From long range. That's a 24-second violation. Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Harden guarded by Carmelo Anthony. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in it. They even throw their bodies into it. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Rockets have the ball. Westbrook to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out. Korver. Now a steal as the Rockets have it. Down low for Aldridge. To P.J. Tucker. Nice pass to get things going.
And Ed, not every pass needs to be a home run pass or thread the needle. Sometimes an easy kick ahead or an easy shuffle pass can make the game simple. The more simplistic the game is, the more efficient you'll be as a unit.
Rebounded by Capella. Westbrook across the timeline. Leads 3. Flushes it home.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Anthony against Harden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Russ at the controls.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to cash in. Chance for Westbrook. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Shot from the lane won't go. Knocked loose. Hornets grab it. Corbett. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there. Westbrook into the front court. Up by 3. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Hornets have the rebound. To Randolph. And scores.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
To the rim. Lays it up and in.
You see, Ed, skill levels at this game are at an all-time high. Inside-out threats are tough. You got to make it hard for him to actually catch the ball in those higher percentage areas.
Driving right to the basket. He wants it at the rim and scores.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
Third quarter comes to an end. The fourth quarter on the way with the Rockets in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
To Harden. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Can't do much better than that. Kyle Korver misses the shot.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ginobili against Gordon. Shot won't go. Gordon with it. Leads 4. Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Count the basket at the rim.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
It's James Harden once again, and they call the foul. Careful there, Chick.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Harden against the former MVP. To Fareed. It's the free throw. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Knocked loose. James Harden. Deep two there, won't go. Rose into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Jumper's good.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Gordon on the drive, but he can't get it to go.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that.
Stuffs it down with authority.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
It's in the hands of Harden. And they call it.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
Harden. That right there, Jay, his 8th 3 of the game. He is putting on a show.
He's defying physics with that jumper. He's not even holding his foul through.
Vince Carter has a chance, just not going down. Harden in possession. They lead it, 4-point game. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas, or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Gordon with it. Looking to make something happen, and they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Watch cut.
Harden shoots. And it's Randolph with the rebound. Rose into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Cruises inside for 2.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Harden into the front court. He'll run the offense. Deep left corner. To Harden. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. It's Harden. Hornets snare the rebound. And a nice finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Rose into the front court. All even here in the 4th. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
He connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. To Harden. To Fareed. Can't connect from inside. To Carter. Layup goes down. Well done.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Harden to Fareed. And gets to the basket. Jay, he knew exactly where he was going with it.
It's not a travel, Ed. You're allowed 2 steps after you pick up the ball. Now, these steps may be more east and west instead of north and south, but this is the new game that these young kids are playing.
Jay, they're so athletic. I would imagine it varies from official to official.
Or it varies from great player to great player.
Oh, with the foul and a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First free throw is good. Goes 2 for 2.
And number 00, Carmelo Anthony.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. Probing the defense. The drive. Right to the basket. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
No, no, no. I'll tell you. The team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
James Harden. Couple of free throws on the way. He's been steady. 83% at the line. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. To Anthony. And he buries it.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball 1-on-1. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Westbrook with the basketball. Down 4. Down to Fareed. Scores from the post.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
Rose. To Marcus Morris. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
To Harden. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. 2-point shot for James Harden. Add 2 points to the board.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Houston takes over. Russell Westbrook against Chandler. And he hits.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to... Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Charlotte has the board. To Anthony. And count the basket inside.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
James Harden fires for 2. Not that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
To Westbrook. Fareed. Iman Shumpert, guarded by Carmelo Anthony. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Harden. Message received. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul and a little over 20 seconds left to play.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team, and at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game. Time to shuffle things up. Westbrook. Wide open look, won't go. And they'll get the intentional foul here with 17 seconds to go.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And hits the first free throw. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Now the Rockets will use a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again. Shifting gears, here come some substitutions.
Number 00, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony pins it. That's his third block this evening.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Able to convert on both free throws.
Good shot.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. Deep three at the buzzer. Oh, how about that? A three at the buzzer. And it's going to bring some icy stares from the other bench. This one is now all over.
The Charlotte Hornets emerged victorious after a tight finish. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. The Rockets lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Carmelo Anthony gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.